Hello, hello, hello. My name is Moon, and I have some quick business to get through before this episode begins. This is the first episode of the B-Team campaign we are currently producing. Make sure to check out the A-Team campaign, as well as other content we put out. We are very new to this, so please forgive any mistakes with audio, as we will only improve from here. There is a content warning in the description of this episode. Thank you for listening, and please enjoy your time in the 12 Mystic Seas. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Moon, and I am so excited to introduce you to a new campaign here in the 12 Mystic Seas, starring some of my very best friends in the whole wide world. Before we begin, there's some stuff we want to go over. If you're new to this channel or to any of our campaigns, hi, hello, welcome. We are playing the Shuffle TTRPG system, which is a system that you might not know about because it's not technically released. I've been working on it. Sarah's been working on it, who is in this game. Sarah, say hi.
Hello. Hi.
Took you a second. We've been working on it for the better part of 2 years now. Everyone is pitching things with lore and like mechanics and stuff. So the big thing is that this game isn't finished. It's still technically in beta, so if you see certain character aspects and stuff change between sessions, most likely that is a mechanical update. You know, that is a fix, that's balancing or something of that nature. Additionally, you might see that some of the vocabulary is very similar to Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. We are not playing D&D. Shuffle was built from the ground up with the intention of being easily learned by people that just know D&D 5e. So if you're looking to get into it, you can join our Discord, see all the rules, and learn it, but we are not playing Dungeons & Dragons. Donovan, if you could introduce yourself. You are muted.
My goodness.
So professional. Like, immediately starting.
Oh, what a great way to make a first impression. Yeah, my name is Donovan, and I'm Moon's best friend. That's super interesting, and I'm really glad to be here, and I'm really excited to play. I started playing a couple months ago, and I've picked up the rules pretty quick, so I think I'm just very honored to be here. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course, of course, of course. Sarah, you were also muted.
I'm not muted.
Oh, you were just mouthing. Oh,
yeah,
Sarah,
I was just mouthing.
if you could introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Sarah. I've been bestie westies with these guys for a couple months now, but you know, I make a great impression.
Better than mine.
Grace, if you could introduce yourself as well.
I'm great. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm also a best friend. I have no clue what's going on.
Yes.
So I'm.
Oh, that is
Exactly.
preferred.
So I'm so ready by not being ready.
Oh yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's it.
I've got
So
like
without
the dumbest, widest grin like ever. Sorry.
Donovan's just really happy to see us.
I'm so happy to be
Donovan's
here.
just happy to be here, and I think
I'm ready
that
to play.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, oh yes, and play we will as we begin in the 12 Mystic Seas. Separate but connected dimensions, all linked by their various oceans. We fly past an ocean of blue without land, but ginormous trees, miles thick, that stretch from the ocean floor all the way up to above the clouds. We fly past a golden sea, a sea of luster and overwhelming beauty and gold that hides a dark secret. We fly past a sea that is warm, a sea that is boiling, for fire-breathing dragons live in this ocean. The ocean itself boils to life in its own way. We pass through 11 other distinct seas as we get to the sea our story takes place in. It is dark here. There is no sky. There are no clouds. There is no sun. But as you look up, moss on the ceiling of the Sea of Darkness gives the illusion of stars. We fly past an ocean that is entirely underground, dark like everything else, but still large enough to form waves and have a current and cause beaches. We follow through here. We follow through several islands on the ground and large cultures of the Radon, the rat people in world, as they mine the stone and as they live in the walls and use their earth manipulation magic. We fly on further to a small island near the middle of the Sea of Darkness with a singular expansive dock. Now, this dock has many ships on it of many kinds and makes from all over the seas. It is extremely busy. And for all the ships that are staying here and coming and leaving, the amount of ships doubled equals the amount of carriages. Now, these carriages are similar in make to a horse carriage. They're made from this dark wood found exclusively in the Sea of Darkness, with tapestries of the Paniki, the bat people, who are also native to the Sea of Darkness, on the side. These carriages do not have wheels. Instead, they have these slick bottom parts, all similar to snow skis, I would say. And these carriages are not pulled by horses. They're pulled by large orange and gold and yellow beetles. They're pulled upwards, and as we follow one of these carriages as it flies towards the ceiling of the Sea of Darkness, we see a country built entirely on the ceiling. This country has this brutalist, sharp corners, just a lot of rectangular buildings architecture that is accented by the most beautiful plant life you have ever seen. Everything is covered in some form of grass or flower. Nothing would be considered a weed here, as all these plants are wanted. And as multiple buildings are built on top of each other, forming the multiple layers that are the country of Sibi, the magocracy here in the Sea of Darkness. Bridges and staircases, all made with a similar brutal style that is covered in all these beautiful plants, lead one level to another as we pass by residential homes, we pass by businesses, and we see the Paniki, we see these bat people flying up and down through the society built for their people that can fly. We come across a fairly large section of the capital of Sibi. Sibi has a campus, a school campus, a magical college campus known as Willowpayne. Now, Willowpayne is built with much of the same style, but very specifically, it is built with a net underneath the entire campus, as about a little less than half of the population of the students of Willowpayne are not Paniki, as Willowpayne accepts students from all across the 12 seas. Now, we see many of these carriages fly up towards Willowpayne and drop people off. You see students of all make, of all kinds, carrying luggage to go towards their dorms to drop their stuff off. And as we pass through all these students, we go into an auditorium, a lecture hall of sorts. And we see this place is packed. This place would normally hold, with stadium seatings all around, to use a theater term, it would be in the round, see about maybe 5,000 students. And for first year students, this being a meeting for specifically first year students, it is packed to the brim. 5,000 seats, there's about 7,000 students in here. Any races that can fly are flying above, as the ceiling has been closed and people are holding onto the ceiling, looking down, or using their own, like their honey magic to stick to the ceiling, or their gravity magic to flip their own gravity to stand on the ceiling. And here, on the stage in the center, the three of you see, teleporting in is the oldest Paniki woman you have ever seen in your life. She is so old. She probably had black fur eventually. It's all gray now, as she kind of just like stumbles forward up to this little microphone. She's dressed in this like billowy, like black lace dress that has the illusion of stars and actually connected constellations on it. But as she moves, you see the stars do not move with her, and in fact she reveals more constellations wherever she moves to. She gets up real close to this mic and goes, "Well, my name is Madam Lathane. I am the dean of this here school. I have been for 120 years, and I'm not planning on giving up soon." And there's, like, the people that know the school know her, and there's a outrageous cheer for this, as she has, again, been here for a very long time. I would like to welcome the first year students here. Welcome to our campus. Now, for a lot of you, this might be your first time in the Sea of Darkness. We just want to go over some quick stuff before we get to the fun activities. Don't fall off. And this gets not like a huge laugh from people, but the people that find it funny find it really, really funny. Right. Now, we have very recently installed a net as the student death for non-flying people reach a worrying level. So if you do fall off, there will be a net to catch you. And then she pauses for a laugh, and I think people realize that she was trying to say that in a joking way, and go, okay. And she continues on. She goes, "Right, well, now I believe you have all found your dorms and dropped your stuff off for now. You have until the end of this month if you want to request a change in your dorm roommates. But that's all boring. Let's get into some of the fun stuff now." As she kind of stumbles over her words, you see her eyes. It looks like she can see, but her eyes are so old they're like grayed over. And so she can see it is clearly through some magical means. She's clearly the most magical person you've ever met in her life. In your life. If there's any way that, like, she's been alive for this long, like, she's at least 120. But that's when she started being dean of the most prodigious magical school in all the 12 Seas. So she goes, "Right. Let's talk about the thing I know you all want to talk about. Duels." And everyone gets a little quiet. They get a little gossipy. They get a little, interesting. Everyone's whispering to each other. She goes, all right, stop your whispering. I have the pleasure to announce, after 75 years, we are now officially allowing student-led duel teams back on campus. And she knows this is a big thing because everyone blows up. Everyone gets crazy. Does anyone have any reactions to this? What are people saying and thinking as you're hearing this conversation? You can just start talking whenever you want.
I think definitely listening to what other people are thinking. Would there be a way that I could like ask you to tell me what people are thinking around me?
Yeah, I think so. Normally you'd have to make a check to try to read people's minds, but everyone's here already, and like you're packed in so tight. Even if someone knew someone was reading their mind, they wouldn't be able to tell who. I think you can kind of pick up on some people, as within your radius of 30 feet, there's like 40 people whose minds you can read. everyone's really excited. This is like crazy. This is like like no one saw this coming. The school had a long history of, allowing student duels, and then until 75 years ago, one student like killed half the population. Just like one crazy in a duel exploded and half the stadium fell.
Yeah, so definitely not excited about this personally. But
Grace, as you were kind of sitting there, going like, "Oh, this is insane. This is crazy." Could you describe what your character looks like?
oh, sure. Do I say her name? Mycena.
Oh, yeah.
She's a Kanoko, so she's mushroom lady thing. Very tall,
Oh, yes.
very like slender, not. Oh, face. Not really. Okay, so like if you had a face, but instead of like features, it was like dense. Not like dense, but dense. Yeah. Like very faint resemblance of like this is a face, but there are no features in it. So a little scary, but yeah.
So it's like it gives like the appearance of a nose, but that's not actually your nose.
And like
in my mind, from what we've talked about, it's like someone put like a cloth over someone's face. It's like you would give the silhouette of a person, but it's just like there's not eyes or like a mouth there.
So a little scary, but clothing is very what you would expect someone to wear to a Ren fair, like like this, like it's not necessarily like Renaissance or medieval or whatever, but it's kind of, I don't know what you expect to wear. So like a longer skirt, flowier top, ruffles off the shoulder, long sleeve, very much just the whole color scheme is very neutral. Very much does not stand out except for her face being kind of scary, but otherwise very passable in a sense, if that makes sense.
I think especially here in the willowpayne student populace, where there are a lot of everyone, you are not the only Kanoko here. And where Kanoko, as this kind of mushroom race that can only speak psychically to people, are kind of weird and alien, here in willowpayne, it's not the weirdest thing here. So no one like, you see some people kind of looking weirdly at you, but the people that are looking weirdly at you are also looking weirdly at everyone else, because most likely it's the first time they've seen someone that's not their race. I think there's absolutely a moment too where if you're passing other Kanoko have psychic abilities, but to them it's not magic, it's a biological component they have. So when a Kanoko communicates psychically with another Kanoko, it's not really over brain waves, it's over like roots in the ground, the way actual mushrooms can communicate to each other. So there's this kind of like euphoric feeling whenever you talk to another Kanoko. But yeah, no, I'm gonna say I don't think you knew the fact that 75 years ago someone killed half the student population, but you get that from reading people's minds. Yeah. And there's a little bit of like, wait, 75 years ago, she's been the dean here for 120 years. So she was in charge when that happened. There's a little bit of like
interesting choice.
Interesting. I wonder what different things you've used now. Madam Blithing continues. She goes, "Right, everyone. Just want to say we've worked very hard over the last few decades to make sure we can get this back right, we can get this back well, and we can get this back safe." And on safe, everyone's like, kind of like politely clapping. She goes like, "Right, we will be having multiple teams, multiple leagues on campus. We have solo games, you have teams, everything. We'll get that all worked out between classes. Any questions?"
Okay. So Fez is very much just like slumped completely. Like if he's sitting, he's just. Am I standing or am I like sitting?
You're sitting.
I am sitting, like legs as far out and like forward as I can put them. Like his back is almost on the seat of the chair.
Beautiful.
And like, so he raises his hand. He's like, "Is there going to be a leaderboard for who's the strongest?"
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. 5 and a queen. I forgot how much the queen is in value.
The queen is a 12.
Okay, so 12 plus. So I got a 17 plus my. It's wisdom, right?
Persuasion is charisma.
Charisma. Okay, so plus 3, so 20.
A 20. I got a relative, not even joking, 15 plus 4, that is a 19 for everyone else. You raise your hand up, and again, there's about 7,000 people in here, and a lot of people raise their hands, and she points at you specifically. You said you're a human, correct?
I am a human, yes.
Yes. She goes, right, what's your question?
I stand up completely. I get off the chair and I stand on my feet. And so if there's gonna be duels back, there's gonna be like a leaderboard for like wins and losses. Is there a way that we can see that, or is there a ranking for how well we do in these battles?
I like that idea, young man. We're gonna make that work.
Sounds great. And then he's just gonna sit immediately all the way back down in his chair. Should I describe what my character looks like right now, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so he is. Sorry. Let me start with height. He is 6'5". He's got like a slim but like muscular build. He's wearing this like white like ruffled shirt that you would see like almost Victorian, and he has like these like slim pants and boots, and he has like a red sash over his shoulder, like Roman gladiator, like ancient Roman robes like would have, but it's just like over his shirt and pants. And he's got like black like circular glasses. I'm stupid. Glasses. And he's got like mid-length like black hair, and he's a little darker skinned. And he's smiling like a bastard. Like he's loving that they're announcing that battles are back.
Oh yes.
He's like giggling to himself.
Fez, you absolutely hear talk as well of like, I wonder if this has something to do with the Colosseum. Oh, I wonder if this is like to help take down the Colosseum or something. A lot, like, few talking. You hear that mainly from the Radon and the Paniki, the two races that are native to the Sea of Darkness that make up about half the student population. A lot of talk about that, and as a human, you have a connection to that, but that is for a later time. Sarah.
My character raises her hand as well. She has a question.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. I got the deck is up and running.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay, let's see here. Which one is discs? Diamonds? Okay, so I have a queen of diamonds. Oh, I don't think she's been shuffled super well.
That's the name of the game. Everyone shuffle.
Okay. So I have a queen and I have a 4.
Queen and a 4. That is a 16. As queens are 12. Add your charisma.
What was my charisma? Where is she? Okay, a 2.
A 2.
So 18.
So that is an 18. It takes a few minutes for you to get chosen. A lot of people are asking questions about duels, though. Like, is there any type of band magic? What about my friend? Not all of them are Southern. That's just the voice I'm stuck in because of Adam thing.
Texas of the 12 Mystic Seas.
The Bible
Belt. In like a really we're in like the
you
south.
See this elvish woman stand up in full on like cowboy garb with a cowboy hat and like a bandolier of grenades and a rusty metal 6-shooter on her side. Goes, right, is non-magical abilities allowed to be used in these duels?
I'm dying laughing.
And Maniglathane goes, I like your accent. Yes. Now this gets a lot of people confused, and this gets a lot of people questioning. But Madame Bethane has this microphone and kind of like magically amplifies her voice and goes, "You, the satyr there," and points at you, Sarah. If you could describe your character.
So my satyr is a fluffy white, lambish type of mix with her, her downed ears. She has 2 ram horns that extend from the top of her forehead that curl around her face. And she has like bright red eyes, very pale skin, very like flushed, wearing very typical engineer's garb. So, like a big brown apron. She has shit sticking out of it, like tools
Amazing.
And stuff.
Amazing.
Giant box of like battery, something strapped across her chest. And that just so happened to be her question.
Right. What's your question, ma'am?
Yeah, the funny looking one took it.
Oh. Then why was your hand still up?
Well, okay. What if I'm not inherently magical, but I create something that's inherently magical? Can it fight in these duels for me?
She like just waves her hands and does her finger in a specific motion, and she just like creates a scroll in her hand that she opens up. The ink on the scroll is clearly magical. It's glowing in some way. And she goes, "All right, if you are creating things to fight for you, you do need to be present in the battlefield, though."
Well, what if I want to control it from outside of the battlefield for my own safety?
Not allowed. And the duels are inherently unsafe. Yeah, everyone freaks out at this. Now the 3 of you are not natives to Sippy, this country. If you could all give me a history check. I'm gonna say, Grace, you don't need to because you are reading people's minds. But if Fez and Heliodora could. Oh, sorry, Sarah.
Oh, it's fine. I forgot.
Sarah's character's name is Heliodora.
Her name is Heliodora.
Right.
I got you down for my chosen suit.
Ooh, when you pull a card of the chosen suit, it's worth 1 more than the number on the
I got a
card.
queen of my chosen suit as well.
Oh, the 7 of Wands. So she's an 8, and then I have 6.
8 and a 6 is 14 plus your intelligence.
I forgot how much queen is.
Intelligente.
Donovan, a queen is a 12. A queen of your chosen suit is worth a 13.
Plus 9. Is.
So I have an 8, a 6, 14 plus 4 is 18.
18, and then Donovan, what did you get?
Okay. I had a 9.
A 19. On an 18 and a 19, I think both of you know. You've overheard, but also the school you're going to, is the most prodigious magical school in all the 12 Mystic Seas. Sippy, as a country, is a magocracy, which means the most powerful magical people are the rulers. They are in charge. And that's found, who's the most magical, by duels, by people fighting. It is very much the culture of this place to have these magical combats. That is like the sport, right? And whenever anyone tries to take the crown and fights the current leader of the world, that's basically the Super Bowl. Everyone wants to go and watch it. It is absolutely just how this thing is built. So the fact that duels are allowed at this college now that is in this country is a big win for the natives to the Sea of Darkness, and specifically the people of Sippy.
I got another question.
Yes.
If I were to win a bunch of duels, do I become one of the leaders of the school? Could I do a takeover of the school?
The school leadership is not found through duels.
Okay.
Only the government.
Ugh.
What the freak?
So, if we want to pull a coup, there's absolutely a way to do it. You just have to fight, the queen of a country that has held her position for 20 years now.
I think it's possible.
Hey, I'm not doubting it. Long-term goals. More and more questions get answered. Everything works how it is supposed to work. Eventually, she gets to a lot of the other boring stuff. A lot of the teachers are called up as well. You see this like lilac purple Kanoko, super short, like 4 or 5, gets up to this little microphone and magically amplifies her psychic voice as everyone hears, "Oh yes, I am very excited to teach my psychic students this year. I am very excited to meet you." More teachers go up. You see that the teacher staff is about as diverse as the student population as well. You see the artificing teacher, Heliodora, is a Patissa. He's just this like red parrot man, wings. You see that red parrot, humanoid body, obviously, red wings, a bit on the heavier side. You see on his right leg, he has this like contraption built that looks like it adds a joint onto his leg. He's not hiding it. It's very clearly there. And as he walks up to the microphone, it's clearly aiding some injury he has on that leg. He goes, "Right, I'm very excited to meet all my new artificing students this year. Excited to meet you and see what we can create."
Heliodora cheers a little bit at that.
Yeah. Everyone cheers meeting their new teachers.
I am dead asleep.
Fez is just conked out. Madame Glethane comes back up to the microphone. "Right, now, break!" And she teleports and disappears away in a poof of purple smoke.
Bye.
And everyone heads back to everyone heads to your dorms. None of you have met your dorm mates quite yet. We're gonna start, actually, with Mycena.
Lovely.
You're in the first year dorms.
Lovely.
The way this campus is built, because it's all attached to the ceiling, it's kind of built upside down. So everywhere you're going in these buildings is going downstairs instead of upstairs. So you have to go to the 20th, like down to the 20th floor of the dorms. Because this entire society is built on itself, the entire campus is about 70 stories of buildings, but the dorm room is specifically the last 20th, or this building specifically. You make your way down. It is a small room. There is a bed on each side with a desk. There's a balcony. And as you walk in to meet your roommate, you see the elvish woman from before, dressed in the whole cowboy garb, turn around and go,
My.
"Oh, howdy." Reaches a
Hi.
hand out to you. Take it.
I do.
Grab it.
Oh,
She has a very strong handshake.
lovely.
She sits down at the desk and goes, "Right, so I don't know if I'll be here that much because I'm here to study a lot of stuff." And she takes her gun out and she like empties all the bullets onto the desk and then like takes out a thing to start cleaning the chamber of it. She goes like, "Right, well, you don't mind that I have my gun in here, right?"
No, yeah, that's fine.
You're saying no and yeah at the same time. I need to know if it's going to be an issue.
You're okay. Just
All right.
be careful.
"Oh, I've had this gun since before I could walk. I know the in and outs of holding a firearm myself. Oh, I should say, I am magic. I know I asked that question.
What type of magic?
Well, it's kind of, I learned it through this thing. You see she loads a bullet into the gun, cocks it back and shoots it at the balcony door, and she teleports to the balcony door. I can do some other things with it as well, but that's kind of the main fun thing.
That is fun.
So if we're gonna
Enjoyable.
be spending some time, I mean, I don't know, I'm trying to find like a dueling team to do stuff with. Oh, I can also do this. She takes her revolver and she flips it, just and just like flipping it on her finger. And as it continues to flip, it's now a double barrel shotgun. She goes, I can change it into some other stuff, but only guns. I've been trying to turn it into a sword, and she goes and she flips the shotgun again, and it turns into like a wooden hunting rifle. It goes like, I try to turn it into a sword, and then it just turns into like a long gun. Yeah. I don't know. It's odd.
It really is. Interesting.
Well, yeah. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. I hope we can get along this year and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Well, where are my manners? Hi, my name's Belle.
Mycena.
Mycena, beautiful name. Wonderful to meet you. All right. Well, do you need help carrying anything in? Are you all good? You pack light?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You got that? All right. Sure. Yeah. Of course. Right. Well, I'm all good. I'm gonna go check out the mess hall. Seeing you around. And she like backs up through the front door, and she's like, "Well, yeah, I'll see you around, cause we like room together now, and so that means like I'll see you. Okay, bye." And she closes the door, and you hear her like run away really quickly. Heliodora, you walk into your dorm room and you see there is someone already there, just laying still as the dead on his bed, on top of the sheets.
Okay.
He's not startled by you walking in. You go in, and it looks at first like it's a Gavito, like a Minotaur, right? The second thing you notice is that he is transparent.
Oh, interesting.
You can fully see through him. You know him from Session 0. It's Jarl.
So Heliodora walks in. She has two giant luggages strapped at her side. She probably has something on her shoulders as well. She's like carrying all of this stuff. She kind of kicks the door open, dumps like a suitcase on the whatever desk she's supposing. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I'm gonna take this one. Presses a button on the and it explodes into a fully functional like tool desk with everything laid out. Ooh. There's like a notebook and like a little pen right next to it, very meticulously set out, and like a big light. And she looks over.
Okay, Wonka.
Are you just sitting up there?
Oh, I pack light. I don't really have stuff, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to sleep.
All right. You're going to sleep?
Trying to. Oh, wait. Are you my roommate?
Well, I did knock on this door and say, "Is anybody home?" Assuming that there'd be somebody in here because I do kind of live here now, so.
Oh, I apologize. And he gets off the bed and comes down to meet you and goes, "Oh, hello. My name is Jarl.
It's nice to meet you. My name is Heliodora Venris. Oh, you're see-through.
Oh, right. I should say. Look, I know we have a month if you want to request."
She kind of cuts him off and like
a chain. Oh, absolutely.
Grabs his hand and like looks at it super studiously, like, interesting. So, yeah, she kind of like takes his hand and starts looking at it and is being like, interesting. So you see the muscle right here, and it's a little bit see-through. And
as you take his hand is kind of out. The rest of him gets more transparent as like his forearm and his hand gets more solid. It's still pale, it's still dead, but you're able to like see through it less as you're like actively holding on to it. He's wearing just like a simple white like shirt that just has like the top buttons, and the very top button is undone, but he has two that are done, and just these like peasant like khaki farmer pants. And he goes like, "Oh, right. Yes, I am dead. Sorry."
So, are you like a new race of dead, or are you like a ghost or something? What am I dealing with here?
No, I believe I am a ghost.
Interesting.
That is kind of why I came to this school, so I could discover what is happening with me.
Okay, she starts like writing it down on her arm as like little notes for later.
Oh, does that hurt?
No. Does it hurt you?
Oh.
Ooh, do you mind if I do some experiments on you or something?
You absolutely see on his face he was preparing to like apologize for his existence, thinking like, oh, I'm a weird freak because I'm a ghost, but then you're coming at him with like such a big energy that he is just kind of like, his expectation is thrown out of the water, and he's going like, right, I mean, yes, of course.
Okay, so I have these pads that track heartbeat and stuff, and she starts like putting on pads on his chest.
Oh, all right. You pull out a machine to track heartbeats. His heart does beat about once a minute.
Interesting. Huh. You know, she kind of continues like this weird yapping up a storm.
All right. Like, he cannot get a word in as you were just like testing him and like seeing things. He goes like, well, I mean, do you know Gavito rune magic?
Gavito rune? You know, I don't deal in any type of magic at all, so I might know what it is.
He pulls his shirt down a little bit to show this, like, it looks like a tattoo on his chest, and he goes like, I think this is why I am still here.
Interesting.
This is why I've come back.
Do you think I could do like a history or intelligence? Maybe she's seen it in a book.
Give me a arcana check.
That's based on...
This one's going to be 2 cards. Every check is 2 cards plus your intelligence.
Well, it's not a great check. It's a 4, and then an 8. What's 4? 12 plus 4 is 16.
16. I'm gonna say this one actually has a DC of 20, as it is a difficult check. You've never seen anything like this before.
She's intrigued.
Oh yes.
She's a smarty pants. Like she goes, I've never seen anything. Why haven't I seen that before? Interesting.
I don't well, I don't know. And he kind of pulls back. And he goes like, look, and he's like taking the pads off his chest and his stomach, and he takes some like metal device with some wax off of his ear, and he hands it back, and he goes like, look, all right, I've tried to go here before, but I never can because I could never find a roommate that will stay. So are you going to stay?
Oh, I have no issues with you. As long as you don't bother me when I'm doing my thing, I don't really care.
And he looks at your desk with all the stuff you've kind of dumped out, and he looks at his desk assigned to him with your crazy machine suitcase that is opened up, and he goes like, no, I don't really plan on using stuff in here anyway. I'm not that kind of person.
Do you mind if I decorate the dorm a little bit?
He's in here, and he might have been in here for a bit, and you don't see any change. You look down at at the bed he was on, and there's no like indents of him actually laying on it. And he goes, right, do whatever you need to.
Okay. So why is the bed not moving when you lay on it? Can you feel the comfort of the cushion?
If I choose to, but it takes effort.
Interesting.
I have to concentrate.
But do you consume food?
I can, but I can't really taste anymore.
That's upsetting.
Well, you get used to it.
Interesting. Okay. Also, are you planning on doing any of that dueling nonsense?
What?
There's a
dueling is banned.
No, it's not banned anymore. I mean
it's not banned anymore.
That shriveled up lady up at the top said something about 75 years. Dueling's been reinstated.
Madam Gathane. Yes,
Gathane,
yes,
that
she
one.
Is. Yeah. She's been very nice to me. Crazy. Wait, so dueling is back?
Yeah,
Like, it is
apparently.
allowed and stuff?
I don't know why she would ever do that. I heard all
Interesting.
about that, nonsense 75 years ago, but
Right,
I can now install my
right, of
takeover of
course.
this school and the entire
Oh!
artificing department. So I'd like some help if you'd like to do that with me.
Again, you get that you were just coming at him with so much stuff that he doesn't know what to do. And he goes like, I don't know. Look, and he's like stumbling over his words. He's clearly not, and you notice he starts to sink.
Sink?
Yeah, as he starts to float through the floor. Grace,
Yes.
you are in your dorm. You just watched this elf lady run out and run away.
Yeah.
What's kind of going through your head right now?
She's a little much for me, personally. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave.
You're gonna leave.
Explore.
As you go to explore, you see there are these white transparent feet floating from your ceiling.
Oh. Can I mind read to what in the world is going on up there?
You can mind read. You can also just psychically communicate.
I'll do that.
You sense there are two people up there. You get a hold. There's a satyr and a gavito.
Talking to the satyr.
Okay. You open up a channel to Heliodora.
So sorry. What's going on up there?
Oh, there's a voice in my head. Hold on, you guys. I told them I was crazy.
What? No. What? Jarl gets immediately concerned. He's like, wait, what do you mean the voice in your head? And he like puts his hands on the floor and he picks himself back up and he stands up. You watch the feet just like stand back up and like disappear. Goes like, wait, what is?
There's a soft, soothing female voice in my head right now. She's asking if I'm alright. Guys, I knew my mother cared about me.
No, I'm your neighbor downstairs.
Oh,
downstairs.
Downstairs.
Oh, are you one of those Kanoko? Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Hold on. She starts going around to go downstairs.
Donovan, I think unfortunately we cannot meet with Fez and Fez's roommate today. We will have to save that for the next session, as our lovely player Sid cannot be here today. I think though we're gonna wrap up this scene and then we'll cut to you in class, and then we'll play that scene out later. Heliodora, you go to run downstairs. Jarl follows you and goes like, wait, sorry, did I mess someone up? Where are we
You're
going?
okay, Jarl. You can come with me. We're gonna go talk to the Kanoko. I've never met one before.
Oh, alright, sure. You head on down. Yeah. You hear knocking at your door, Mycena.
Open it. Do I have like...
You have fingers, you have hands. You can grab things.
Okay.
Kanoko are humanoid.
Oh, hello. Hello downstairs.
Oh. You open the door and you see this eccentric satyr, and you see just the most apologetic, ghostly minotaur behind her. Go like, I am so sorry for sinking into your room. There is no excuse. It will not happen again.
No, you're okay. I just wanted to make sure everyone was okay and alright and nothing was wrong.
Right? No, it is okay. We are just meeting, and my roommate Heliodora here is very friendly.
Oh my goodness. So you communicate by just speaking into our heads? Oh my, so could you talk with the other voices that are up in there too, or is it just you?
Yarl kind of shoots you a look, Mycena. Like, what's happening here?
I think it's just me up there.
Okay.
but-
You're so lovely. I really like your frock.
Thank you. What?
Yarl kind of is like, all right, Heliodora, hello, my name is Yarl, and sticks a hand out to you, Mycena, and kind of tries to give you a look of like, I'm just along for the ride. I didn't choose to come down here. And it's like Heliodora is kind of just like a force of personality that's like pulling.
She starts kind of
Me
like,
and y'all are about to be like introverted besties in the corner.
oh
she
yeah,
starts examining Mycena
Right,
too. She's
right,
like taking
so,
down little notes and stuff. Like, oh my god, I like them much.
All right, so your voice is so good for Heliodora. I keep on losing the voice for Yarl. Right, so Heliodora, let's look at your schedule. I've been on campus before. I can tell you where your classes are.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a good idea. I'm directionally challenged.
And right. And Mycena, you seem nice.
You seem nice too.
Right. Let's I mean, I guess I can just kind of float down when I need to, because I am a ghost. Okay. And Yarl just kind of walks away and almost kind of drags you along, Heliodora.
But I wanted to keep. Okay, fine.
We can talk to her later.
Bye, Mycena. My name's Heliodora, by the way. I don't think I said that.
Bye, Heliodora.
Cool.
I
So
meditate.
I want to keep this first video short and sweet. Though I think we can do 2 more scenes. Donovan or
Yeah.
Fez, we cut to you in soul magic class. You see there is a Nandoi here. Nandoi are the moth-like people in this world. You see she has very dark skin, these big, like, beady eyes. They're about 50% bigger than, like, a human's eyes, that have no pupil. They're just white. And you see she has these glowing, almost holographic moth wings coming off of her back. And if you meet any other Nandoi, you find out their wings are not actually attached to their back. They are just figments of light that every Nandoi know how to summon. She goes, "Oh, hello. My name is Mrs. Trinity, and I will be your soul teacher for this semester. Please, take a seat." As you walk in, this room is smaller, and you think soul magic isn't super common, so, like, fire magic and water magic probably get, like, the big classrooms. This one's smaller. You see there are these long rectangular desks, almost like a smaller version of a dining table, with one seat at each end. So, like, whoever was sitting on it would be facing each other.
Okay.
What do you do? You see some of the seats are full, some of the seats are empty. You see a few Nandoi students, you see some Paniki and some Radon. You see this Gavito that looks like straight up like a ghost.
I'll sit across from Ghost Man.
He goes, "Oh, hello, my name is Yarl," and hands his hand out to you.
What's up? I'm gonna like try to like really grip his hand.
You go, you go to really grip his hand. You see, Yarl is a Gavito, is the Minotaur race in this world. He is very, very skinny. His hands look like they're like too big for his body. Are you trying to like, in like a huzzah, like gentlemanly way, or are you trying to like break his fingers?
Huzzah gentlemanly way. As in like, I'm trying to make a good first impression,
like,
but I'm going overboard.
Oh, absolutely. You go to squeeze his hand, and you're feeling like his fingers, and like you feel his joints, and you feel his muscles. And he goes, "Oh," and you squeeze just a little bit harder, and you're just holding your fist as he pulls his hand away, and you squeeze through his hand. And he goes like, "Oh, that is a good grip." As he pulls his hand back, his hand is essentially invisible as you see you watch this like ectoplasm fill his hand back up
You
again.
know it.
He goes, right. I'm sorry. Your name was
Fez. Good to meet you. And then I'm gonna, like,
hello,
hit
Fez.
him on the shoulder like a bro thing. I'm just gonna like.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. He goes like, right. Yes. Hello.
I'm just gonna take my.
Teacher goes down. And he goes, everyone. Like I said before, my name is Mrs. Trinity. Mrs. Trinity is about 6.5 feet tall. Dressed in this like satin dress. It's this deep blue. It matches. It looks really good with her skin tone as she kind of like sits up perfectly at the front of this class. In soul magic, you cannot learn from a book. You cannot learn from just studying. You need first-hand account with the soul, and with the souls of others. You see, I have set up the classroom to sit apart from a partner. This will be your partner for soul magic this semester. Jarl looks at you, looks at everyone else, goes like... you see him make like a calculation in his head almost, where he goes like, all right, and chooses to stay and sit
And I'm gonna
down.
whisper, you know that means we're gonna win, right?
When I thought we were just here to learn.
If we have to go up against people in this class, we're partners. We're just gonna win.
Right, yes.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
For your first lesson today, read each other's soul. This, I'm gonna ask you to make a soul count check. And he will make one on you as well.
12 plus 5 is 17 plus, what's soul magic? What's that under?
Your chosen stat. So that's gonna be, your highest mental stat. I think for you is charisma.
Yeah, it is.
If I'm
And
not
then,
mistaken.
so that's 3, 7, so 20.
Jarl got a non-chosen suit ace and a 5 of spades, and spades is my chosen suit, so that's a 6. That's a 7 overall, plus his 5 to wisdom.
Told him I'm stronger.
You cast your soul magic through charisma. His is through wisdom, so he gets very still and very silent. And you see, as he starts to almost fade away, as the edges of his body get, like, wispy, like rain on a hot road. It starts to like form into mist. How do you cast your soul magic, Fez?
I'm gonna tilt my glasses down slightly, and then my eyes, which are like emerald green, are gonna glow, just like ever so slightly.
He starts to get really still, and he's staring you down as he starts to like glow, but also fade away and do this misty thing. Fez, as you're casting this, everything around you gets dark, and your vision is kind of pulled into Fez. But you cast this your vision gets pulled into Jarl. You cast this just a little bit better, and his effect immediately stops. His body comes back to his full, like pale, transparent form. And he goes, soul count. With soul count, you get to either know their current hit points or their hit point maximum. What do you want to know? Current hit points. Jarl currently has 19 hit points. You got a really high check though. You think he has some as a ghost. Jarl doesn't work like a regular PC because he is just fully
Yeah.
He's not fully a ghost, but he has some other stuff under the hood. I think reading his soul, he does have a low amount of hit points, but he has some crazy health regen. So you think he's probably like his body heals itself. He goes like, oh, that is well done, Fez, because you used magic. And chaos magic didn't trigger. I'm going to need you to write down that your chaos magic, instead of triggering on 2 aces, now triggers on 2 aces, an ace and a 2, or 2 2s.
Okay, so
And every time you use magic and it doesn't trigger, the chances go up and get exponential. So the next time you use magic and chaos magic doesn't trigger, it'll be aces, twos, or threes, or like any combination of those three cards. It's just low-level soul magic today. Jarl gets you eventually as well, as his eyes, kind of similar to the way your soul magic is, his eyes go black over as he just reads into you. And he goes like, "Oh, you are hearty. You can take.
Yeah, right.
I see you are big, but you can take a lot of hits. That is good. That is good.
You have to tell me about it.
Maybe it has been some time since I have sparred. If we are going to be fighting or dueling, maybe we can try on each other.
I'd probably win,
Well,
but we definitely try.
we will see.
I'm gonna wink it. I'm gonna lower my glasses. I'm just gonna.
I want to cut over to the giant magic class, otherwise known as the artificing class.
Hello.
Heliodora, you walk into this class and all the desks have been pushed to the side. Do you show up early? Do you
I show
on
up early.
time?
I'm
Or
excited.
you show up very early. You see Mr. Johnny is there, the artificing teacher. This kind of middle-aged Patissa. You get into the classroom before he is there, and like you hear the mechanical elements of his kind of leg brace working as he walks into the room. As Mr. Johnny walks into this room, what does he see you doing?
She's probably just, cleaning out her tools. She has a bunch of them strapped to, like, one of her right leg and then, in her pocket. So she's probably cleaning a screwdriver or something.
Oh, yes. Cool. He walks in and he goes, "Oh! Well, hello, miss.
Hello there.
You are here early.
Yes.
I like that. That is cool. Whoa, that's a lot of equipment. Mind if I check it out?
Do you think I could check out your leg just like a little bit? I know it's kind of rude to ask about, metal pots strapped to your body. But...
He floats over, like, his wing goes out and he like flies to the middle of the classroom. Whatever stumbling he had on his leg, his wings are working perfectly. He sits down, his left leg is crossed in, but his right leg is fully stretched out. He's like, "Oh, yeah, you can check my leg out. No, it's fine."
I worked with a lot of Patissa back in, grade school and stuff. It's really nice to see some, yeah.
You did, didn't you? Oh, yeah. Wait. And he looks at the make of your equipment. And he looks at you and he goes like, "Oh, you Scrodpa?"
Yeah, I grew up in the Scrodpa back with my Maz,
Oh, yeah. I worked with a lot of Scrodpa. Great fighters, great engineers.
Yeah, they're definitely something. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, you seem a little too young to be fighting the arm giant over in the Sea of Winds.
Well, I kind of dodged whatever draft they wanted for me over there, so I'm fully a fugitive.
mean, that's fair. Oh, well, hey, I will not snitch. I hate the arm giant as much as the next Patissa, but they did this to me, so
yeah.
This is not a thing. This is a lifelong ailment they got. Whatever they did, it's not healing right. So I built this thing.
There you are. I mean, you know what? One day I hope my arm does get chopped off in a horrific accident of some kind, and I get to create a cooler arm.
You could just make a third arm.
I know. That's the
fine.
plan, but it doesn't look as cool when it's just strapped to your side underneath and it kind of gets in the way, you know what I mean?
Frankly, miss, I disagree, but this is not an aesthetic class. This is an engineering design class. Cool. So, more students file in. People are, like, try to sit at the desks in the corners, but the more engineering students go to the center and are talking. And Mr. Johnny speaks to the class, and he goes like, "All right, Class, welcome to Engineering 101. Now, the thing about engineering that I love more than anything else, he pulls down a chalkboard and he's like flying to like write on it because it's clear that he can fly easier than he can walk. He was like, right, is that you can make whatever you wish. Now, if you're at this point and you're here in Willowpayne, you've clearly known the basics. Take. I'm so sorry, miss. I never caught your name.
It's Heliodora.
Take Miss Heliodora here. Look at her equipment. That is someone who deserves to be here.
She does like a little twirl, a little 360.
All right, so I don't ask for perfection here. I'm just looking for improvement. Today, by the end of this week, you need to have a project for this quarter. In class, I will provide assistance, provide materials to a certain limit for this project, whatever it may be. Today, brainstorming. I have all this blueprint paper, I have all these rulers, anything you need to do, anything you want to work on. If some of you have ideas already, we can start working on it in class. Let's go. He definitely has this like theater teacher energy almost, where like he's very much like, hey, it's like Johnny's technically my first name. You don't have to call me Mister. It's just Johnny, right? And he's like, cool. What are you cool cats working on, right? Definitely like a little cringe, but in like an endearing way.
Is there any other student who seems like they know what they're doing that I could seek out and yap?
There are a few students. You see there is this ginger Radon rat person in the corner building what looks to be like, it looks like a baby seal, like it fully has flippers, except it has this like the face of a baby panther.
Interesting. Do you mind if I invade your personal space for a second to take a look at your work?
All right, sure.
Alrighty.
Want to take a look at it?
Are you creating some sort of avatar, or is it a remote type of deal? What's going on here?
Do you know the He takes a second to think about it as I look up the name of this thing. Do you know the dock fins here in the Sea of Darkness?
Dolphins?
Dock
fins. Yeah, I know what the dock fins are.
Do you know what the dark fins are?
Do I know what the dark fins are?
Give me a history check. Or nature.
She would lie about that, though.
Oh, of course.
Queen of discs. What is discs to me? Diamonds. Okay. And then a 2 of swords. So that's a 14.
14. No clue.
But I have a 4, so an 18.
18. Dark fins are a race of creature that are native to the Sea of Darkness. They are these animals that don't grow bigger. They're the same size throughout their entire life.
Okay.
They have this inherent magical quality to them where their power like exponentially grows when they're in like a pack, like when they're with their people. And so like 2 dark fins next to each other are like 5 times stronger than one dark fin by itself. And there's also this inherent illusion magic they have where if a pack of dark fins is all together, they cast this blanket illusion to make them look like a giant dark fin. But they don't actually ever grow in size. It looks like he's making like a clearly metal robot one of these.
So does it utilize any of the magical components that make up an actual dark fin?
I'm trying to maybe make some of that. I was wondering if I could put this out there. If it's like accepted by everyone else, then I don't know, maybe we can find some cross between this magic. I'm trying to put some illusion stuff in it, but I'm not too good at illusions. I'm more, just the artificing side.
I mean, see, I'm not really much of any other type of magic besides artificing, but, I do know, I have to ask the sweet Kanoko that lives underneath me. Maybe she has some illusion magic.
Oh, yeah, maybe. All right. Sorry. Name's Kenny.
My name's Heliodora. You could just call me Dora. My name's so loud.
I can say your full name.
Thank you so much. It's Heliodora. Nice to meet you.
Heliodora. All right, I got it.
I'm
Cool.
thinking about
Do you
creating a. Well, I do like the idea of a third arm or something. I was speaking about that to the teacher here. But,
Oh,
I'm more interested in creating an avatar in which my conscience can go inside so I can participate in these duels without actually having to be inside of the duel arena because I really don't want to get hurt in a match.
he's like tightening a screw on this little metal animal he's making, and as he's tightening his screw, he's like trying to get it really tight. And as you say that, it like falls and it unscrews itself, and the entire thing just falls apart, and like all the screws and welding just undoes. So it did have a form that looked like this creature. It just turns into a thing of metal on the ground. He turns to you and he goes like, Heliodora, that's the most interesting thing I've ever heard. Let's build that together.
Yay! Building partner!
All right. So, gets a lot of stuff. I'm going to need a mechanics check.
And mechanics embodies, would you say, intelligence as well?
Yeah, I would say that's intelligence. Okay. I'm going to give you proficiency in this because Kenny is helping you. So draw 3 cards and use the higher 2 out of the 3.
This is pretty good. I have a 10 of Wands, which is my sleigh. So that's an 11. I have a Queen of Wands, which is a 13. So it's a 23.
A 23 plus your
4.
intelligence.
So a 20
is a 27.
That was a really good check.
This is an hour and a half long class. You talk to Kenny for the first time half an hour into it. 45 minutes later, with 15 minutes left in the class, you have your first working prototype.
Perfect.
What does it look like? Because I think Kenny would go like, all right, let's make something small first.
So,
and then...
What was the creature that we were discussing earlier?
A darkfin.
Darkfin? It has some darkfin elements to it in terms of aesthetic, but there's a little bit more of a humanoid side. Like it's standing upright. It has, maybe like chubby little arms and chubby little legs.
Cute.
It's cute and also weird looking at the same time, made of bronze metal. There's like a bright turquoise blue power core in the middle of it. Some sort of magic.
Oh, I think Mr. Johnny came over and went, you guys are already building stuff? I can get you a power core.
Oh no, I brought one of these with me. It's like a little crystal something I brought from home.
Oh, all right. No worries. If you need something stronger, I have my own stash. I shouldn't say stash. That makes it sound like drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't give drugs to students. Everyone, I don't give drugs to students. And then all the students are like, oh, okay, dude. All right. You build this thing. You and Kenny are working together in you work together really well. You build this thing. You insert the core in last. It goes. Oh, you said it has some elements of a darkfin. Does it still have the panther cat
kind
face? I think Kenny also gives it a tail.
Aww.
And goes we're gonna use this thing to fight,
so
right?
This some sort of.
And then so you're working on the legs. He comes back with the hands, and they come to little cat paws.
Oh, those! Does it have claws on them?
Oh,
oh
100%.
My goodness, that's so cute.
You insert the core. It powers up.
So,
and it looks around.
I imagine there's a controller that goes on the head of some kind.
Yes.
Take these, to control the thing just, via the brain.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So I'm sitting. I'm probably I'm gonna give it to Kenny first. So on the little Radon head, we do make it fit his little head. Have space for his ears.
Yes. His little his very pronounced round mouse ears.
Oh, that's so cute.
Goes all right, okay. You see this little robot you've made tilt its head. You hear the of the camera in its eyes focusing and unfocusing. It's standing up. Caddy's all right, I'm gonna make it take a step. It takes one step and wobbles and falls down onto all fours. You guys just made a robot cat. This tiny little kitten. Kenny goes all right, I can work with this. And it takes these awkward robotic steps forward. And then it stops. And Kenny's like, I'm trying to make it look forward. I don't know why it stopped. And he like takes the controller off and he's like, no, this thing is still on, and he puts it back on. This thing has stopped. And you hear mechanically as it looks down at the ground. And the cameras in its eyes like focus in. And this thing tilts its head. You didn't program this with a voice box.
No.
Right?
First prototype.
Its mouth opens up. And from its mouth it goes, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right.
Oh, that's freaky.
What's down there? That's not right. And Kenny goes like, all right, all right, so
we should power
we're
that
gonna
down right now. I think it needs to get coined off.
We're gonna shut the okay. Kenny goes over, lifts up a flap on its neck and presses like the emergency shutdown button. That's not right.
Oh, I don't like that at all, Kenny. That's kind of freaky.
And that's where we will end today's session.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much for joining us. Wanted to end on a little bit of a cliffhanger. What's not right? We'll never know. Well, no, we will know soon.
Eventually.
Sooner than later.
Guys, I just want to
Thank you three for joining me so much. We do have a fourth player that could not make it, but we will introduce her next session.
Yeah.
Any last minute thoughts?
That's not right.
That's
That's
not right. That's not right. Oh, I've been sitting, Sarah, you do not know how long I've been sitting on that.
You're evil. You're so
That
evil.
I've been sitting on that for so long. Oh yeah, that scene, I needed it. Donovan, Grace, Sarah, or Fez, Mycena, Heliodora, thank you so much for joining me today. We will do this again. If you're watching this, check out our other campaign. Check out the lore episode. Check out the character creation video. You'll see some people you recognize in those episodes as well. Check out our Discord. If the system/world are interesting to you, you can absolutely run your own games. We're all active on there, so want to go check it out, chat with us, please do. And we're going to leave this episode off there. Any last bit of things?
Thank you guys for taking the time to be here. I really appreciate that. It's nice to, because we can't really do them in person really, so I like doing them online.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah. It's
All
fun.
right.
I like this.
This is amazing.
This has been episode 1 of Tales from the 12 Mystic Seas, Campaign B. If you haven't listened to the A-Team campaign yet, check it out on the same channel. If you had a good time, please consider leaving us a review on your podcast app of choice. Thank you for listening, and good night. May the darkness give you peace.